right, hello and welcome to the third video. In the first one, I talked all about how small changes in your day can lead to huge differences, kind of like that 1% rule, where if you get 1% better every day for a year, you'll get 37 times better by the end of the year. In the second video, I talked about why it's so hard for us to create change and kind of the way our brain kind of goes against change and things like that. And in this video, I want to talk about specifically how you can decide where to put your time and where you may want to implement change in your life. And the first thing I want to talk about is opportunity cost, because a lot of times when you're recommended to do things, all of them will be good. For example, maybe they're saying, oh, you should meditate, oh, you should do yoga for an hour a day, oh, you should go on runs, and all these things are good. Like obviously, oh, if I go on a run for an hour, it's good. But the problem with these is that they have an opportunity cost to them. If you go on a run for an hour, that means you can't do something else for an hour. And I'm not saying any of these things are wrong, but where you need to decide what you're gonna do is based off of what your first thing is. So the title of this video, Put the First Thing First, is all about what your priority should be. And for me right now, I'm a student, so my main priority and the main habit I should be doing is studying, because that's what I'm doing and that's the most important thing. So if my grades start going south, all the other things I do, like working out or like hanging out with friends or making these videos, they're gonna have to go, because the first thing, the most important thing right now for me is studying, because that's the first thing first. I used to have a coach that would have this stupidly long saying, but what's funny about it is you would look at this and be, I'm never memorizing that, but then it's so catchy that to this day I still remember it. It was, the main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing. And what he meant by that is you should remember what your main focus is and focus on that. But what there are is there's a bunch of these, what I like to call supporting habits, that generally, if you do these things, they're gonna help you with kind of whatever your goal is, whatever your main thing. So some of those, I just put some of them. I'm sure there's more that other people could come up with. But one is sleep. If you're not sleeping and you're tired all the time, it's gonna be hard to do whatever you're trying to do. So this is a habit that is gonna be helpful pretty much no matter what you do. And the second one is diet. If you have a poor diet, you're gonna get sick more, and you're not gonna feel as good, you're not gonna have as much energy. No matter what your goal is, it's gonna be harder to accomplish that. Third one, hydration. Obviously, if you're dehydrated, it's gonna be harder to do whatever your goal is. So the next one is exercise. All of this is more like physical health. Once again, if you're not physically in shape, it's gonna be harder to do certain things, and you're gonna get sick more often. You're not gonna feel as energetic throughout the day. So obviously, if you exercise, it's gonna help you with whatever your goal is. And then lastly, I put hygiene. This is like brushing your teeth, taking care of your health, taking showers, making sure you smell good, just being like approachable. Because obviously, if you're disgusting and you don't take care of your hygiene, it's probably gonna get in the way of whatever you're trying to do. But deciding what this goal is for you is where you should be putting your time. So if you're a writer, you should be putting most of your time into writing. If you have a family and you really want to be a good dad, you should put all your time into, or mom, you should put your time into being there for your children and figuring out what you can do to help them. And if let's say you want to make more money, you should be putting your time into, whatever skill, whatever field you're in, trying to improve that skill and making it worth more money so that you can bring home more. But in general, that's what I want to leave you with today is, there's going to be all these different habits, and most of them will be good, but you just have to remember that there is an opportunity cost for everything you do, and your primary focus should be to keep the main thing the main thing. So the main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing. So whatever you got to do, do it. Thanks for watching.